Charm is the ability to make someone else think that both of you are pretty wonderful. Kathleen Winsor. When it comes to attracting the right person, mastering the art of flirting can be a game changer. Flirting isn't just about charm, it's about creating a genuine connection. And while it might seem complex, it often comes down to a few simple flirting tactics that drive women wild, tactics that are easy to learn and incredibly effective. Mae West. You only live once, but if you do it right, once is enough. Embracing this mindset, flirting becomes less of a nerve-wracking experience and more of an exciting chance to connect on a meaningful level. With just a few adjustments to your approach, you can radiate confidence and charisma that captures her attention. These simple flirting tactics will have you breaking down barriers, creating unforgettable moments, and perhaps even sparking lasting chemistry. Ready to discover the subtle ways you can make a lasting impression? Let's dive into these must-know moves below, because every successful relationship starts with a spark, and it's time for yours to light up. Number 1. Can you read body language? Let's face it, our bodies often speak volumes that words can't capture. But can you actually pick up on the subtle cues that signal attraction, even when nothing's been said? Anthropologist Helen Fisher from Rutgers University believes our bodies instinctively know in a flash if someone catches our interest. So, what are the most captivating body language signals that say, "I'm interested"? Let's explore. The irresistible power of openness. Both men and women find open body language captivating. Smiling, uncrossed arms, a relaxed posture, and eye contact are all signals that invite connection. Looking up instead of down at your shoes or phone can make you appear both appealing and approachable. It's about creating an energy that says, "I'm present and comfortable here." Evolution has wired us to respond to these signs of readiness and approachability. When you're open, people notice. The science of magnetic body language. Have you ever wondered why standing tall makes such a difference? From an evolutionary perspective, signals like strong posture and confident attitudes convey vitality. For men, standing tall with shoulders back and feet slightly apart can project confidence and strength. For women, subtle cues like letting hair fall naturally, tilting the head to reveal the neck, or lightly touching the arm convey warmth and allure. Harvard psychologist Amy Cuddy explains that a power pose doesn't just impress others, it actually changes your own chemistry. A strong stance can reduce cortisol, the stress hormone, and increase testosterone linked to confidence, helping you feel better and in turn look more attractive. Physical attraction at first sight? If you like someone, your body often reveals it before you even say a word. Researchers have found that when we're drawn to someone, subtle physical changes occur. We lean in, cheeks flush, and even pheromones, the chemicals that play a role in attraction, are released, pulling the other person in almost imperceptibly. It's no accident our bodies are programmed to convey interest. So next time you find yourself leaning towards someone in a group, take note. A small shift in posture could be an unconscious sign of attraction, the allure of leaning in. Leaning slightly towards someone says, "I'm invested in this conversation." In a crowded room, if you want to focus on someone, gently leaning in can signal interest in a quiet yet powerful way. This subtle act, especially in social settings, can reveal how engaged and curious you are about the person in front of you. Tilting your head and making eye contact. Want to show genuine interest? Tilt your head and lock eyes. A head tilt signals engagement and curiosity, letting the other person know you're fully present. Avoid glancing over their shoulder or scanning the room. That's only being half there. Instead, hold your gaze, nod, and stay tuned in. It's incredibly compelling. Curious about what's next? Body language is like a secret code. Every movement, every look, and every small gesture has the potential to shape the dynamics of an interaction. Are you aware of what your body is saying at this very moment? As poet Maya Angelou once said, "People will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel." Our body language often tells a more compelling story than words. Number 2, let your eyes do the talking. Eye contact is a powerful way to build connections, and when you master it, you may be surprised at how quickly it creates a bond. The eyes are the windows to the soul. Subtle eye contact reveals so much, whether you're feeling confident, slightly nervous, genuinely curious, or simply observing. Women, in particular, are perceptive observers, often picking up on these cues before exchanging a single word. Think of eye contact as its own language, a silent way to spark curiosity, create connection, and convey respect without uttering a single word. It's about showing interest, establishing presence, and sometimes leaving just enough mystery to ignite intrigue. So, how do you use eye contact to create that spark? Here's how you can refine your approach and make eye contact a powerful tool to capture attention and deepen connections. 1. Start with natural eye contact. When meeting someone new, establish eye contact in a sincere and comfortable way. Avoid staring too long, as it may feel unsettling. Instead, aim for steady, natural gazes, just long enough to show you're focused but brief enough to keep things comfortable. 2. Show confidence through your eyes. Confidence is one of the most attractive qualities you can project. Steady eye contact without excessive blinking or fidgeting conveys calm assurance. If you feel a bit nervous, take a few deep breaths and relax your shoulders. This grounded energy naturally steadies your gaze, signaling you're confident and interested in what she has to say. 3. Create intimate moments with intentional gazes. During a conversation, select moments to make deeper connections with a longer, deliberate gaze, especially when sharing something meaningful or responding thoughtfully. These instances allow you to express genuine interest and sincerity. 4. Stay present when she speaks. Listening isn't just about hearing, it's about showing your attention. Keep eye contact when she talks. This gesture communicates respect and attentiveness, reinforcing that you value her words. Nod occasionally or subtly react. This silent listening demonstrates you're fully engaged. 5. Relax your face and let your eyes smile. A relaxed face radiates a calm, approachable demeanor. Soft eyes paired with a gentle smile make you seem friendly and easy to connect with. When your eyes and face are relaxed, it sends a message of openness and warmth. 6. Play with mystery through indirect glances. Mystery is the soul of attraction. Aristotle. Not every glance has to be direct. Occasionally, let your gaze drift, look away thoughtfully, then return to her eyes. This approach creates an air of mystery and allure, adding a touch of playfulness to your interaction, enticing her to want to know more about you. 7. Adjust eye contact to match the moment. Sometimes intense eye contact can feel overwhelming, so it's natural to break it now and then. Gently look away or shift your focus to another part of the room if the moment feels too powerful, then return to her gaze to re-establish the connection. 8. Use eye contact as an invitation for her response. After asking a question, hold her gaze a moment longer to show genuine interest in her thoughts. This mindful eye contact not only highlights your curiosity, but also makes her feel her response is valuable and worth waiting for. 9. Shift your focus for a hint of charm. If eye contact feels intense, ease up by glancing at her lips briefly before returning to her eyes. This small shift is often seen as thoughtful and subtly charming, showing her you're intrigued but also respectful of boundaries. 10. Pair genuine eye contact with a sincere compliment. When giving a compliment, make sure your eyes match the sincerity of your words. A compliment delivered with genuine eye contact has a powerful impact. If your eyes aren't aligned with your words, the compliment may come off as insincere. 11th, end on a lasting note. As your conversation winds down, hold her gaze for a few extra seconds and give a warm goodbye smile. This small gesture leaves a memorable impression, signaling that you enjoyed the exchange. Eye contact isn't just about looking at someone. It's a wordless way to communicate confidence and foster a true connection. Mastering this skill isn't just about being noticed, it's about creating a dynamic, memorable interaction. So remember to keep your gaze steady and confident. Let your eyes convey sincerity and warmth, and you'll find that eye contact becomes one of your most effective tools for forging meaningful connections. The way we communicate with others and with ourselves ultimately determines the quality of our lives. Tony Robbins. Number 3. The method of pushing away attraction. Your words reveal more about you than you think. When most men approach a woman, nerves can lead them to compliment her in predictable ways, saying things like, "You're beautiful," or "I love your smile." The problem is she's heard all that before. Women aren't just looking for a man to call them beautiful. They're looking for someone who can make them feel something distinctive and real. One of the most intriguing ways to spark that initial attraction is through playful teasing, or what we might call flirtatious exclusion. This is a gentle and humorous way to signal that, while she's captivating, you're not fully convinced. It's about bringing a lighthearted challenge into the mix, not bringing her down. Imagine you meet someone attractive, you say, "You may be wonderful, but I feel like we might not be compatible." When she gives you an attitude, the atmosphere suddenly calms down. Note the tone, radiate calmness, it seems real. You continue, "Because I can't compete with your cuteness." With a hint of a smile, this small twist on the expected invites her curiosity, subtly suggesting that you're not easily swayed. Playful exclusion works so well because it introduces a touch of mystery. She may be used to people falling over themselves to impress her, but with a bit of playful distance, you send a signal that you're selective, that you set high standards, and that it takes more than surface attraction to pull you in. This immediately sets you apart, positioning you as someone who values genuine connection over flattery. Consider saying, "You're interesting, but probably not right for me. If I spent too much time around you, I'd probably get distracted all day." Or even, "Maybe we'd be better friends than lovers because neither of us wants to be lost in each other's charm all day." These lighthearted comments present a refreshing balance. While showing admiration, you're also raising a playful challenge, signaling that she hasn't quite won you over yet. This technique isn't about overplaying or sounding distant. It's about creating an authentic back and forth that leaves room for curiosity. By subtly implying she's got to work a bit harder to capture your interest fully, you add an element of intrigue. It's a delicate dance of interest and reserve that suggests there's more to you than meets the eye. However, be mindful not to overdo it. Too much playful exclusion, and you risk coming across as disinterested or cold. Moderation is key here. Use sparingly. It will work wonders, especially with someone accustomed to constant attention. It's a clever way to keep her engaged, curious, and genuinely intrigued by who you are. Number 4, push-pull, the dating strategy that drives women wild. In the realm of dating, one timeless technique stands out as a secret weapon: the push-pull strategy. Imagine a roller coaster. One moment you're gliding smoothly along the tracks, and the next, you're thrown into a thrilling drop or twist. This is the essence of push-pull, where your attention alternates with a slight withdrawal, creating a dance of interest that keeps things exciting. The thrill of unpredictability. Psychologically, human beings, especially women, are drawn to the challenge of uncertainty. It injects life into interactions, making every moment feel fresh and intriguing. Renowned psychologist Dr. Robert Greene aptly noted, "If she knows exactly where you are, she will stop thinking about you." This highlights the core of push-pull, keeping her guessing, engaged, and constantly on her toes. Consider this. You might say something like, "You're adorable, but I'm not sure I'm ready for someone like you." Or, "You're really interesting, I just don't know if you're my type." Such playful banter serves as a thrilling ride that leaves her curious and eager for what comes next. Engaging in daily conversations, sharing thoughts, and making her feel included in your world is crucial. Imagine her excitement as she anticipates each text from you. Here's where you can implement the push-pull technique. Step back a little. Perhaps delay your responses slightly or take your time on a particular day. This initial push of withdrawal creates intrigue. When you do respond, heighten the allure. Share how busy you've been, maybe mentioning you were searching for a gift for her upcoming birthday. This adds layers of curiosity. She's captivated, yet challenged. Why? Because you're pulling her in while leaving parts of the picture obscured. Examples of push-pull in action. The beauty of push-pull lies in its subtlety. Here are practical scenarios to incorporate this principle into your interactions. Compliment and withdraw. "You look stunning tonight, almost too stunning. It's a bit intimidating." Be enthusiastic, then neutral. Show excitement about weekend plans, then act casually as the date approaches, as if it's no big deal. Engage. Then step back. If you've been texting regularly, consider skipping a night or two. When you reconnect, say something like, "Needed a breather, but I have an exciting plan if you're interested." Introduce mystery. During a conversation, casually mention you have a surprise for her, but keep the details vague. This will spark curiosity and keep her guessing. Questions to keep her guessing. The genius of push-pull is its finesse. Consider asking questions that keep her intrigued. Is there something surprising about you that I'd want to know? Do you have a dream you haven't shared with many people? These inquiries help her focus without revealing the extent of your interest. The science behind the strategy. The principles of push-pull align with the concept of intermittent reinforcement, a psychological phenomenon where unpredictable rewards increase behavior. Think of a slot machine. Its unpredictable payouts make it addictive. Similarly, the alternating attention in push-pull encourages her investment in the relationship. Our psychology craves unpredictability in romantic relationships, as it boosts dopamine levels, the brain's feel-good hormone. As the great writer Oscar Wilde once said, "The essence of romance is uncertainty." Push-pull leverages this truth, compelling her to wonder what will happen next. By mastering this art, you not only maintain her interest, but also create a dynamic that fosters deeper connections and excitement. Embrace the thrill of unpredictability and watch as she becomes more captivated by your charm. Number 5. Creating expectations of simple liberation tactics drives women crazy. Anticipation is a subtle art in communication and relationships. It ignites imagination and emotions. Picture this scene. A young man approaches his father, seeking advice on how to capture the attention of a girl he admires. His father, with a warm smile, responds not with an answer, but with, "Tomorrow, son, I'll teach you." The next day, his son, filled with excitement, returns eagerly, but once again his father only smiles and says, "Today isn't the day, I'm too busy." This pattern continues day after day. The son's curiosity deepens, transforming into an intense yearning. The thought of learning his father's secret consumes his focus. Finally, one day, his father declares, "Son, I've taught you already." Confused, the son replies, "But Dad, you haven't taught me anything yet." The father chuckles and says, "That's where you're mistaken, son. I've just taught you one of the most important lessons, anticipation." He explains, "When you meet her, look her in the eyes, speak with sincerity, but don't reveal everything at once. Leave a little mystery. It sparks the imagination." The young man suddenly grasps the power of anticipation, realizing how curiosity could create a connection far beyond words. This story illustrates how anticipation and curiosity can stir emotions deeply. When we don't share everything, we leave a mystery that fills the air with excitement and allure. It's like saying, "I can't wait for us to have a moment alone together," allowing the other person to imagine what's coming. It opens a door to their own thoughts, creating a natural, intense attraction. Psychological studies show that anticipation activates the brain's reward system. When we look forward to something enjoyable, whether a date or a surprise, our brains release dopamine, the feel-good hormone, which elevates our mood and fuels our eagerness. This physiological response reminds us how anticipation enriches our relationships, making our moments together more memorable and meaningful. So, how do you nurture this sense of anticipation? Hold back from answering every question. Instead of giving away all the details, offer intriguing hints. For instance, if you're planning a surprise outing, say, "I have something special planned for us this weekend. You're going to love it." This ignites curiosity and excitement without fully unveiling the surprise. That's the art of mystery. Use body language. Nonverbal cues can express your interest and create a sense of curiosity. A soft gaze or a playful smile can convey a powerful message, encouraging the other person to engage more deeply. Create unique experiences. Plan out-of-the-ordinary activities. When people share something novel, it enhances connection and builds anticipation for future moments together. Thought-provoking questions. What mysteries can you bring to conversations to spark curiosity? How might your relationships transform if you embrace the power of anticipation? To quote the beloved author Paulo Coelho, "The secret of happiness is to see all the marvels of the world and never forget the drops of oil on the spoon." This metaphor speaks to the balance of savoring life's wonders while maintaining the thrill of the unknown. Cultivating anticipation is key to deepening connections. By mastering the art of leaving certain things unsaid, you create an engaging atmosphere where curiosity thrives, leading to more meaningful relationships. So, the next time you find yourself in conversation, consider what you can hold back, allowing others' imaginations to fill in the blanks, fostering shared excitement and curiosity. Number 6, the unsaid, the secret power to make her remember you. Imagine this. You're on the edge of your seat, eyes glued to the screen, and every nerve in you is alive with excitement as you watch a story build toward its climax. Just as the tension peaks, the screen fades to black, your pulse quickens, and you're left with an overwhelming desire to know more. That right there, this electric sense of suspense, is the very essence of intrigue. It's a force so magnetic that it can become a hidden weapon in your conversations, especially when it comes to creating attraction. Think back to the last time you were deeply absorbed in a conversation that felt almost electric. There was laughter, a spark, an undeniable energy crackling between you two. Now imagine taking that moment, that perfect peak of connection, and, just as it hits its stride, you pull back. Maybe you glance at your watch, give a surprised smile, and say, "Wow, I completely forgot. I've got to run." And just like that, you're off, leaving her hanging on, wondering about the rest of that conversation. It's a moment frozen in time, and it all starts with knowing how to leave her wanting more. It's the art of the pause, the beauty of the unsaid, and the anticipation of what's next that makes this approach work. Psychologists have long noted that people are often drawn to what they can't have immediately. This technique taps into her curiosity, igniting questions that keep her thinking of you well after you've walked away. And it's backed by science. When anticipation builds, the brain releases dopamine, a feel-good chemical that's tied not only to pleasure but also to reward. It's that satisfying sensation that lingers and keeps her wanting more. But this isn't just about ending a conversation. It's about creating a small story within the interaction itself. When she's left wondering what you might say or do next, she's drawn to you on a deeper, more magnetic level. Great storytellers know that leaving a bit of mystery is the key to captivating their audience. As Oscar Wilde famously said, "The only thing worse than being talked about is not being talked about." By leaving her with a touch of intrigue, you guarantee that she'll be thinking, wondering, and maybe even waiting for your next move. Picture this. As you say goodbye, she's left wondering, what's going on in his mind? What will he say next? That little thread of uncertainty can be incredibly magnetic. You're no longer just someone she had a nice conversation with. You're a puzzle, a mystery, someone worth getting to know. In that moment, as you walk away, you're not just leaving a conversation, you're creating a memory. You're setting a scene that she'll replay in her mind, turning that interaction into something timeless, something that lingers in her thoughts and maybe even in her dreams. And the best part? It doesn't require trying too hard or putting on a show. It's simply about timing and letting the anticipation build naturally. When you eventually re-enter her world, there's a spark of excitement once again. There's an element of surprise, something unexpected. Try asking her, what's the most surprising thing that's ever happened to you? It's an invitation to dive deeper, to connect with her in a way that's meaningful. Great conversation is an art form. It's not just about exchanging words, it's about the energy, the emotion, and the impression you leave behind. When you harness the power of anticipation and curiosity, you're no longer just talking. You're creating a connection that feels almost magical. So next time you find yourself caught up in an amazing interaction, remember, leave her wanting more. It's not just a goodbye, it's a thrill. That small action could be the beginning of an unforgettable story for both of you. Now think about your next encounter. What if you left her guessing, wondering, and wanting more? The answer might just lead to the kind of connection we all secretly crave. Number 7, the subtle power of touch, crafting profound connections. Have you ever paused to truly consider the deep impact of a simple touch? It's almost as if we're wired to interpret the emotions behind each contact, whether it's anger, fear, love, or empathy. Just think about it. What kind of energy are you passing on when you touch someone? Touch doesn't have to be grand or obvious. Even the lightest touch, like a gentle hand on someone's arm in conversation, can say more than words. It brings layers of meaning to your words, enriching the connection you share with someone. Imagine those instinctive touches to tender areas like the ear, the waist, or the neck, places we reach out to without thinking. Picture this. You're in a lively, bustling room, engaged in an animated conversation. The noise makes it hard to hear, so you lean in and, with a soft voice close to her ear, say, "You're adorable," as if your words were a whispered kiss. It's subtle yet profound, warming the moment and creating an instant bond. Or imagine guiding someone through a crowded space, placing a gentle hand on her waist. This unspoken gesture quietly conveys care and consideration, turning an ordinary moment into something unforgettable. And think about the intimate subtleties that often go unnoticed. A gentle touch on her shoulder, a soft brush of hair away from her face. Imagine a strand of hair trailing near her plate, and as you gently sweep it aside, your fingers brush her neck ever so lightly, creating an undeniable closeness without overwhelming the moment. Such a simple, thoughtful gesture can completely change the energy between you, infusing it with warmth and connection. This raises a profound question. What if we truly mastered the art of touch? Could it redefine our relationships? Let's explore this idea. What if we all began incorporating gentle, meaningful touches into our everyday interactions? Every soft pat or squeeze becomes an opportunity to strengthen bonds, to show affection and understanding without words. Picture lightly placing a hand on someone's arm as they share a difficult experience. That single touch can bring comfort and solidarity, speaking volumes without a single word. Now let's start by becoming more conscious of our interactions. Imagine how a touch to someone's arm could shift the tone of a conversation when they're talking about their dreams, or the comforting pat on the back when they express a concern. These actions not only convey empathy, but foster an environment of support and connection, something we all crave in our fast-paced world. The power of touch holds an irreplaceable role in creating lasting memories and emotional bonds. Next time you find yourself in conversation, try incorporating this subtle form of connection. Notice how it transforms the energy, the intimacy of your interactions. Often, it's the smallest gestures that leave the deepest imprints in our hearts. So, what will your next move be? Number 8. Playful reaction, inspiring her to chase the mystery. Imagine you're in a conversation with a woman who's clearly drawn to your presence. There's a subtle mystery, a playful tension, and that's what captivates her. Why? Deep down, everyone loves a challenge, but not just any challenge. They thrive on a lively, engaging pursuit that keeps them guessing, igniting their curiosity. Your goal is to inspire her to feel as though she's pursuing you, subtly, without you needing to chase her attention. How do you achieve this? By flipping the script, showing just enough interest to keep her on her toes while not revealing everything about yourself. This way, every conversation transforms into an opportunity to create a bit of excitement and allure. Let's dig deeper. Are you someone who simply agrees with everything, or are you the kind of person who playfully challenges ideas, adding a friendly resistance? Picture this. She mentions her love for that trending GIF art. Instead of wholeheartedly agreeing, consider responding with something like, I don't know if I believe you until I see it. In that single sentence, you invite her to impress you, making the exchange lighthearted and flirtatious. Delivering playful remarks at the right moments amplifies their impact. Think about the energy in a casual conversation. It shouldn't feel tense or overly formal. It's vibrant, filled with laughter here and there, signaling that you're simply enjoying the moment. When you drop a witty comment, you achieve your aim perfectly because she understands you're not taking it too seriously. The result? She's now thinking, what else can I say to keep his attention? And that's the magic of reversing roles in a playful manner. Consider this. Chemistry thrives on the balance of tension and ease. If she doesn't know exactly where things are heading, it creates an exciting dynamic. For instance, during a discussion about art, you might add, I bet I could do better. This subtly challenges her, awakening her competitive spirit as she becomes invested in proving you wrong. This friendly competition can transform a simple chat into something meaningful and engaging. Now, here's a tip to remember. Keep it light. Maintaining a humble attitude while teasing can make the interaction much more enjoyable. The aim isn't to make her feel uncomfortable, but to foster a lively, intriguing connection. In a world where people often expect straightforward communication, a dash of mystery and playfulness can make a significant difference. Remember, these techniques aren't about manipulation. They're about understanding human nature and mastering the art of connection. In every conversation, whether about hobbies, careers, or everyday life, infuse a bit of fun, allowing her to feel that engaging with you is both refreshing and fulfilling. So the next time you find yourself in a dialogue, think about how you can introduce a little twist, a sprinkle of playfulness that leaves her wondering what you'll say or do next. Let her guess, let her relish the game, and allow the chemistry between you to flourish naturally. In a world where authenticity and mystery often seem worlds apart, perhaps you're the one who knows how to bring them together, one delightful interaction at a time. Number 9. The magic of mirroring, a subtle attraction technique that drives people wild. Imagine connecting with someone on a level so profound, so magnetic, that it feels like you've known them forever. This isn't just social magic, it's the art of mirroring. At its core, mirroring is the delicate act of subtly reflecting another person's body language, aligning your energy with theirs in a silent dance. But don't get it wrong. Effective mirroring isn't about obvious mimicry. It's about gentle synchronicity, blending your movements just enough so that the other person's mind recognizes a connection without ever consciously noticing. Scientists have found that even slight synchronizations between people, like the tilt of a head or the tap of a finger, forge trust and comfort. In one fascinating study, researchers used slow-motion cameras to capture these micro-movements between close friends, discovering that these barely noticeable gestures, shifts in posture, fleeting glances, soft smiles, are powerful, invisible connectors in human interaction. Psychologist Dr. Tanya Chartrand notes, mirroring happens naturally when we're engaged and feel at ease with someone. And here's the fascinating part. Our brains recognize this subtle alignment, even if we're not actively aware of it. Imagine this. You're in a conversation. The person leans forward, and instinctively, you lean forward too. Suddenly there's this electric pull, a dance of energy that's so natural, so real. Feel that pull? That slight tilt of the head along with eye contact sends a powerful message without saying a single word. I'm here. I'm listening. I'm invested. But beware. A quick glance around the room or looking past them conveys detachment, the very opposite of connection. So how do you master this art without overdoing it? Start with subtlety. If they shift their weight, gently match it after a few seconds. If they cross their arms or relax back, you can gradually mirror it, aligning your comfort with theirs. This isn't copying, it's flowing naturally into their rhythm. Mirroring at its essence is about genuine interest, a universal magnet that draws people closer. Next time you're engaging with someone, watch for their signals, respond with subtle movements, and see the connection grow. Give this a try, and notice how powerful, almost magical, the human connection can be. Number 10, the 3-name technique to make a lasting impression. Here's a refreshing way to use someone's name strategically in conversation that not only enhances your presence, but also sparks a unique connection and leaves an impression. This approach, famously called the 3-name technique, employs the other person's name 3 times in a single conversation. When done just right, this technique doesn't only create a bond, it sparks genuine intrigue and warmth. Let's explore how you can make it flow, backing it up with psychology, examples, and practical steps to put it into action with ease. There's something innately powerful about hearing your own name. Dale Carnegie, in his timeless book, How to Win Friends and Influence People, noted, "A person's name is, to that person, the sweetest sound in any language." Think about it. Our names carry deep personal significance. They're an extension of our identity. And when you use someone's name thoughtfully in conversation, it's as if you're gently reminding them they're seen and valued. When used tactfully, the 3-name technique helps build rapport and makes your conversation unforgettable. Step 1, the first mention, establishing presence. The initial moment of introduction is your first chance to make an impact. When someone shares their name, repeat it back to them. For instance, if they say, "Hi, I'm Sarah," you respond, "It's great to meet you, Sarah." It's a simple, natural move that lets them know you're truly paying attention. This small touch builds a sense of familiarity, setting a welcoming tone without feeling forced. Example: imagine you're at a small gathering and someone introduces themselves at the snack table. They say, "I didn't catch your name." "What was it?" You respond, "Hey, I'm Ben, and you're Sarah, right?" "Great to meet you, Sarah." This effortless repetition not only shows attentiveness, but also invites Sarah to feel more comfortable with you. Step 2. The second mention: creating connection. As your conversation flows, wait for a natural moment to mention their name again. It could be during a shared laugh, an interesting observation, or when they say something particularly engaging. The second name drop should feel as if it's woven into the fabric of your interaction, acknowledging their thoughts or interests in a genuine way. Example: suppose Sarah mentions her love of cooking. You could say, "Sarah, that's awesome. I've been looking for new recipes lately. Any recommendations?" Here, adding her name subtly reinforces familiarity, making the interaction feel personal without overdoing it. Step 3. The final mention: leaving a lasting impression. As you wrap up, use their name one last time. This closing mention helps seal the interaction, leaving them with a positive, memorable takeaway. Studies have shown that ending conversations with someone's name strengthens positive associations, making them more likely to remember you in a fond light. A simple, "Well, Sarah, it was a pleasure chatting with you. I hope we run into each other again soon," adds that extra touch that can make your encounter memorable. Why this works: familiarity and trust. Psychologists like Elizabeth Loftus have demonstrated that familiarity breeds a sense of safety and closeness. By using someone's name a few times, you create a subtle sense of ease. As humans, we're hardwired to seek safety and connection, and this technique taps into that instinct, enhancing comfort and encouraging openness. When we hear our name, our brain acknowledges a kind of validation. This technique is about gently aligning with that effect to help the other person feel more connected to you. The key is to remain subtle and authentic. It's essential to ensure the name mentions feel almost automatic, as if they're just part of your natural flow. Forced or excessive use of a name can be off-putting, so focus on genuinely engaging with the conversation. This technique highlights your attentiveness and friendly demeanor, making it a natural way to enhance comfort and rapport. This approach lets you include their name at 3 strategic points in a way that feels genuine, reinforcing that sense of warmth and connection. Each mention of the name feels purposeful, anchoring the interaction in positive memories. Remember, the art of flirting is about connection and confidence. These simple flirting tactics aren't just about attraction, but about forming genuine bonds and understanding how women respond to authenticity. By practicing these approaches, you're not only enhancing your social skills, but also opening up opportunities to build meaningful connections with the women who captivate you. So, whether it's a playful compliment or mastering eye contact, these techniques show that subtle charm and effort go a long way. Ready to become a pro at these flirting tactics that drive women wild? Start small, build your confidence, and let your unique personality shine through each interaction. Thank you so much for watching. If you found these insights helpful, show your support by hitting the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the Stoic Goddess channel and share your thoughts in the comments. Make sure to hit the notification bell to stay updated on even more great videos.